Hello and good morning. Welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson and I'll be your guide for today. Today we are doing an August reading, a pick a card reading. So there will be 3 different choices. There will be a title page going up after this live. I did share it out to the community. If anyone doesn't know me, I am a seer and a channeler, and I do a lot of channeling mainly, but I like to do at least one tarot because I love tarot as well. So yeah, there's quite a schedule happening at the moment. Yesterday, I actually did a live on one of my stories. I have really high strangeness stories throughout my whole life. My soul is coming from straight from Pleiades, and so I've had a lot of connection to benevolent beings and seen a lot of things that others don't see. I mean that I'm a seer. My mum was a seer as well, but she shut it down. Anyway, a little bit about me. So what else is there? Master classes. So the master classes are starting up again on August the 10th. If anyone is interested, they are classes that have 4 amazing videos, 5 telepathic games, and 4 Zoom call chances with me. You don't have to do them all. And they are mind to telepathy. So learning how to clear your mind, come into balance, bring in the soul, alignment with you, or recognize it again anyway, and then open up the pineal gland. So there's a lot of juicy information on the pineal gland that I've received over the years, and then all about telepathy and channeling. And then you have a chance to do these games, see how you're going with that. And so that's starting up again August the 10th. If anyone is interested in purchasing those, I'm also an intuitive counselor if you want a one-on-one session with me. And don't forget to press the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. So I keep forgetting to say that. Hey, everyone in the chat bar. So my live yesterday, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 7 in the morning. I come from Australia. So I didn't get too many people in the chat bar for the free readings. So what I'm going to do, because it didn't really work, is I'll bring the free chat bar readings back on next Tuesday after the channel message from the Palladians. And then on Wednesday, we'll do a true story. So just so that I'm breaking it up for my day as well. And then don't forget on Friday, I'm going to be channeling through my new guide, Nova. So if anyone doesn't know Nova, he's got like this diamond-shaped head, come to me recently in a dream and put out his hand and asked me to come with him. And he started channeling some messages through as well about these times, a new energy. And he said, we had a bit of a discussion about his name because I wasn't sure what to call him and I didn't want to call him Diamond Head. And he turned around and said, at one stage, Nova came up, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the name he wants. And he's like, yes. And then I looked it up, and Nova in Latin meant new. So it made sense for me and him. Anyways, okay, let's get into, because he's bringing in some new energies for Earth as well through me. Okay, let's do some tarot though. We are going to focus in on August, and there is 3 piles to choose from. So if you just choose 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I should share screen and give you that. I just realized I should have organized that a bit better. Hang on a sec. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I'm sure I can do this. Share screen for the sorry guys, that's not very professional of me, is it? Documents, title pages, had to go into my, here it goes. Oh, I will use that anyway. It's the same thing. It's just on my actual program. So here's the ones that you can share from in August. Then their little snail was on a beach, or little shells on the beach, snail shells on a beach. So 1, 2, or 3. So if you choose from that, it's actually my program that I create all of my my title pages in. I just realized that's what I had opened up, but that's okay. So yeah, choose 1, 2, or 3, and we will stop sharing here. Go back to me and the chat bar. So one good thing I love about Zoom is that you can do that. Okay, guys, so you choose your pile and we will get into number 1. So this is pile 1 for August, please. Pile 1 for August. I'll put down the timestamps as well for you after the live. Pile 1 for August. Please give us some clear messages. Pile 1 for August. Those that choose pile 1. Clear messages. Something's going to take a bit of, well, we just had some that just completely flipped over then. Thank you. So we'll take these ones. This one here flipped over first. It was a definite. So strength is needed this month. Something that might come up that you're like, oh, you know what I'm feeling is that it might have happened. This, whatever's coming up for this month might have happened in the past months or the past years. And when it happened for you in those years, almost like you're trying to launch something from yourself, you're trying to become more authentic. And when you tried it in the past, it didn't work and it was poo-pooed, or you were, had a lot of people coming at you or whatever. And you've done a lot of healing, you've done a lot of clearing, you've figured out a lot about yourself. And now I'm feeling that because it's coming up again, you're like, oh, why do I have to face this off? Why can't it just be an easy ride? But it's like that last snippet of, I need the strength just to pull myself through this because now it's going to work. Now it will work. That's what I'm feeling with this card. The next cards that came in is the 6 of Cups fell with the 10 of Pentacles. Yay! So guys, yeah, this is why you need the strength. Like, yeah, I know you've been through so much. I understand that, but this month there's going to come something where the 6 of Cups is like a sharing and caring. There's a feeling of emotional release, but it's going to bring you through those pentacles that are needed to ground or stabilize who you were trying to become. That means that in reflection to this, the power that you are bringing up within yourself in reflection is actually going to give you like the outside reflection of the power of who you are. So in other words, if you've always known soul-wise that you are magnificent, whether you've been a persecuted witch in past lives, or whether you've been an elemental that's come from another place, or benevolent beings, or that's come from another planet, or whatever it is, or whether you're a human that's done it hard and always had a good heart and you've always done the right thing, all of those things. And it's never really matched up with your outside reality because you see the worth in others more than what you've seen the worth in yourself. And through this work that you've been doing up till now, the work in yourself is taking priority. So with that work in yourself taking priority, now that you do this again, now that you gain the strength to actually follow through and do this again, you come into yes, I'm ready to allow the emotional receiving and giving and everything. And then it ends up becoming this 10 of Pentacles, a grounded, where everybody else can see your soul shining on the outside, the truth of who you are shining on the outside. You're grounding your power now. So even though it might be a little, I'm overdoing this, just take a deep breath and say to self, yes, this is it. This is my time. I can do this now. Also on the side that fell out was the Prince of Pentacles. And so interesting that he looks like the King of Pentacles, which is a very slow moving thing. But the thing is with this is it might have been a hard yards. It might have taken a while, whatever you're trying to achieve. But I'm feeling this newness with this being that he's called a prince. And it's a new grounding because this is the grounding card. Like if anyone sees this in the tarot, King of Pentacles is a grounding card. Prince of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you're grounding something new. So yeah, let's see what Osho has to say for you for August as well. Hey, I'll talk to people in the chat bar after this #1 reading. Sorry, guys, there's so many turn up. Okay. For August, for pile 1, please. August for pile 1. August for pile 1. Yeah, there's this shift up. There's a change that's happening for you guys. Postponement, and then we had the miser come up, and this is somebody who's holding on to their coins. It's very much the Four of Pentacles kind of energy here. And postponement, like looking out to something and going, I just have to wait a little longer. I'm feeling like you have postponed this for a very long time, and it's you. This is the whole game at the moment of figuring out how to get in the flow. It's not about postponing anymore. It's learning how to get in the flow with the energies and trusting them. So what might have felt like a postponement before is actually you just getting in the flow of the energy and working with it. Instead, if you come from your logical mind, you'll be going, oh, I'm postponing again. But then from your soul's perspective and bringing that in, it's like, no, this is the flow and I have to trust this flow. And when I get a real pull or urge to say something, do something, step up, be that, it will happen in this divine timing, this understanding that it was meant to be. And then there'll be this release. This is coming across to me with the 6 of Cups and the sharing kind of game with the family and allowing yourself to be free enough to trust that abundance is yours, not because you have navigated through life from a perspective of climbing up the proverbial business ladder and, taking people down and getting to the top and all that, but because your soul and your heart is reflected outwards as the divine abundance that will always flow through you. There's a difference. You have 3 others that have come up. So there's definitely, oh, look at that right at the bottom, and I didn't even see it while I was chatting, going with the flow. So totally making sense with what I just said. But we have also, there's definitely some lessons coming up, but I feel like it's going to be greatly rewarded. You are facing off with morality and projections. So morality is somebody who's I have to fit into the status quo of what the laws and everything else says. I've got to do everything right. I've got to make sure that I look a certain way. I've got to follow what other people's advices are. This might be coming up for you again, and then you might end up projecting that out to somebody else. But you'll start to see, I'm seeing this card just not only for the projection, but to start to see the face that you're projecting, where this person's happy and he projects a happy face, and this person's grumpy and she projects a grumpy face, where really they're the opposite of each other. It's just because from coming from within oneself, when we are faced off with somebody else, and we're always the pleaser, the people pleaser, we'll always have the smile on our face, but in our minds, we're like, damn, I should have spoken up for myself and been more assertive. Or you could be always the one that's seen as the angry one and the assertive one in the power game. And then you're like, damn, I really should have just stepped back and trusted this person because they know better than me and I don't need to control my outside world. So there's something coming up for you in August that's just reflecting all of this. It's going to help you in the end, though, because the end result, remember, is this 10 of Pentacles coming in for you. So grounding your soul, understanding of who you truly are. Now, remember all of those lessons that I've just talked about, every single person has gone through them. One way or another, we have been the perpetrator or we've been the victim, every single person. Let's get into what other cards. These ones are calling for me, so I'll do these. For pile one, please. Okay, so what's coming up for pile one? Maybe opportunities. Yeah, there's a bit about your family coming into this reading, quite a bit. Here we have the family tree just spat out. Seeing everyone for who they truly are and the value that they're bringing, and not trying to pretend just to appease things, just to make peace. No more of that. Being assertive when you need to, standing up for yourself, saying who you are, aligning with that self-support and not looking at them to support you anymore. When you align with your own support, you can become the one that, plays that actually jumps on that tree and hangs upside down and has fun, because you don't care anymore what other people think of you. And so you're starting to stand into your power and take matters into your own hands. And it would be amazing, because you're coming from that massive self-support, how these people start to reflect back to you, that you start to see the value in yourself through them, because you are seeing the value of yourself. So this is what you're moving into, happy times, relaxation, literally becoming that. Look, the little baby is in a hammock as well. So here we have this little baby that's a newborn, like something new is coming in for you, where you're becoming this relaxed person. And you're like, you know what, I don't have to be the one that does everything now. I am allowed to relax and not have the thing in my head where, oh my God, someone's walked in, I better look like I'm busy. Or I'm allowed to relax even though I'm creating this amazing business and stuff. And no, the timing is for me to enjoy myself as I go through this journey. Remember, if you're not in your happy space going through the journey, then there's no point to this whole game. If you're always striving for the end result, well, I'll be happy over there when that actually happens, then you're not present in the moment, and you're always in an angst of reaching for this goal. And even when the goal ends up being, even if it does come into fruition, you'll be stepping up for the next goal. And so you're always in this angst of trying to reach a goal, instead of being present in this moment and enjoying the flow of energy. Remember the flow card, so we have to allow that flow of energy to relax when we need to. And then again, if we need to work and or be with the family or whatever it is that you need to do. So that's I will do an animal card. I love doing my animal cards. I always do at least one. For pile one, please. What message for the month of August for pile one? It's going to be fine. We have elk nobility, just to show you. And it says, celebrate your accomplishments with humanity. So with your family, celebrate who you are, become who you are. You are crowned with success. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Powerful forces guide you, and your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. So that's beautiful. And it goes with what we were already talking about. I did have another one come out. There it goes. And you also have the wolf, the pathfinder, the pathfinder. So you might be one of the ones in your family that understand this first. And so then when you break through that threshold of self-support and understanding who you are is enough and becoming that, where if you did, they're showing me the oracle out of the matrix at the moment, where, you know, if someone walked in on her cooking, baking cookies, they still saw her as this powerful person instead of, oh, what are you doing baking cookies? They're bad for you. Or, "Oh, you're not doing that business that you were supposed to do. I thought you were going to be working," that sort of thing. No, you walk in and see an oracle who's cooking, and you're like, she does this because she's meant to. And it's like this understanding of the power of who you are, to be the power to do whatever you need to do in the moment so that you can be that. That's what I'm feeling of the Pathfinder. Okay, release your past and start a new journey. And didn't we bring up the new journey with the Prince of Pentacles? You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. And we've said that as well. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. And remember, love will always come from self first, outwards. So when you love who you are, you shine through your eyes. People see that, they feel that off you. They don't feel threatened. You can't feel threatened from someone who loves. You can feel threatened from someone who pretends to love, but inside their mind and their hearts, they're like, this person's annoying me. How am I going to get the better of them? Okay, I'll people please them and pretend that I'm loving them. That's a different story, see? We are matching our feelings with our actual self, our true nature of who we are. And we're no longer pushing our feelings aside and saying, so long as I pretend, so long as I look good, you know, that is all going. Okay. So I think, is there any more cards that I need for pile one, please? One more of these. Let's turn off this here. One more card for pile one, please. One more message. Lucy Cavendish cards. Two piles in one. One more card, please. Oh, okay, we've got one more of each pile. We've got one more of each of the different decks. Okay, so we have Little Red Riding Hood. I am not the victim. So wolf again. That's why you're not the victim. So when you need to stand up and be the assertive person, be the assertive person. Stand in your power. It still comes from love. Just because you're standing up for yourself and being that doesn't mean it doesn't come from love. And painting the roses red. This one comes up a lot. Correcting up errors. Now, that's the reason why we have to be assertive sometimes, is because we're correcting an error and saying to the people, you know, who are perceiving us, no, 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 I am not that. I am not someone who's going to pretend that I'm a red rose when really I'm a white rose. So the pretending game gets dropped. So she was disgruntled when the person asked her to pretend to, you know, cover up her white roses with red, because she knew that the white roses were beautiful. So why cover them up? Yeah, and why cover yourself up? Okay, I will leave it there for pile one, and we will get into pile two. Mm. And hey, everyone in the chat. Bye, Debbie. Hey, Wade. Hey, Arizona. Javier. Good to see you, Sky. Q. Great to see you guys. Okay. You're not late. Sky, I'm doing pile two now. Okay, so pile two. Here we go. Pile two. Pile two. Pile two, please. Let's get into the zone of those who choose pile two. It's funny, the cards have a slight bend to them, and I feel like straightening them up. So there might be something that you want to straighten up in this month, in August of August. Pile two, pile two, pile two, pile two. So energy for August. Okay, we have had a couple. Oh, I've actually got three that's come out, so I'll put them up there. They all fell out together. Oh, here's going to be a good month. There's going to be some grounding good stuff happening this month for people. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, though. There's an undecisiveness there of a path, two paths that you could go down. Do I go down this one? Do I go down that one? Where am I actually going? What? And it's like, it's not until we let go of the decision making, take the blindfold off, because when we drop the swords, which are the decision making, okay, swords, tell me which way to go. But she's blindfolded and she can't even see. And instead of, okay, logical brain, tell me which way to go. Okay, well, in the past, this happened and that happened. And oh my God, what happens if it happens again in the future? Oh, we might maybe not do that, but then that's got a good quality over there. Now my soul's kind of niggling at me, and I don't know, that sort of thing. When she drops the swords, she can actually remove her own blindfold. Then she can see the two paths in front of her, and she will feel that it's asking her to feel into what path feels right. They're bringing me to 12th Insight, a book, The 12th Insight. And there was one stage there in that book. I've only read that one and one other one of his. I've forgotten who the author is, so sorry. But anyway, there was a stage where he was trying to figure out what path to actually go down. And when he looked at the actual physical paths, one started to shine, one started to, even though it might not have been the logical path, it seemed like it's taking them further away from everything. It was glowing. There was like a feeling, an understanding, that's the path I have to take. And probably because through that path, you end up meeting specific people that take you in a shorter route than what the other path would, even though the other path looked like a shorter route at the beginning. That sort of thing is happening. So there's definitely a decision to be made in August. And it's coming in with the 10 of Cups. This is where you're going. We've got the rainbow in the back. 10 of Cups is a delightful card. It's something that just, oh my God, I feel so good about myself, like the best about myself ever. This is an absolutely delightful card for peace of mind, feeling really good, like you're no worries anymore. All your worries have disappeared, that sort of thing. And it's followed by the Six of Wands, the victory card. Hello. Once this decision is actually made, and it's made from a place of feeling instead of logical thinking, you are going to end up having, you're going to be victory. Everyone's going to see you as somebody who's a victory, somebody who's actually done the right thing, even though they might have at the beginning gone, what are you doing? And then, or your own mind saying, what am I doing? And then it's bringing you to this flourishment of awesomeness with that 10 of Cups, which is really cool. You love that message cue. Okay, let's see what the Osho cards have as well. That's so interesting. You guys are like, what's fallen? Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay. Radio. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So we have, no way, patience has come up again. So yeah, it's really interesting though. Every time I feel into patience, usually it's like, okay, guys, gotta wait. got to be patient, the baby will be birthed at the right time and all of that sort of stuff. And I'm actually feeling like the patience card is something that has a navigational point from your own shadow self working out what's making everything wait. It's kind of like there's some sort of something that you're not seeing clearly, or a blockage, or something that you just have to look at. And almost like that dropping of the swords again, drop it, because everything can happen. Divine timing is you matching the flow of your soul, heart, body, outside, inside. Everything is working together towards the same goal. And when it does, it can happen instantaneously. So when we need patience, is because part of us isn't in alignment with the rest of where you want to go. So that's the thing this month to address. And I feel like this patient card's actually bringing up a lesson of what is inside of you that isn't in the flow of where you want to be, where you actually want to be, because that's why the patience is needed. And so we can be patient for the rest of our life when that's always going to be out of balance, or we can look at that point, clear it, understand that it's going against the grain, sort of like in your head, you know where you're going, but in your heart, you've been hurt before, or it could be that your heart is feeling into where you're going, but your head is constantly triggered by something that looks like something in the past. It could be that someone outside of you is telling you something wrong, something that you aren't deserving of this thing that you're attaining to, and really inside you, you're saying that you do feel it, or the other way around, people are applauding you, and yet still in your head, you're like, yeah, but am I really worthy? These sort of things are needing to be addressed with this patient card. It's quite a profound message, actually, and interesting that it's come up in pile 1 and pile 2. So there's something to look at there. I keep getting that feeling. Control card came in reverse. So stop trying to control your outer world. It's more of learning how to control your inner world, your inner dialogue, who you are. So you match up with flowing toward down the right path that your outer world, that your soul wants to go on. So yeah, there's a traveling card here, which is a beautiful card, actually. If you get the traveling card wherever you're going, soul-wise, actual traveling, or whatever it is, it's going to be a fun trip. It's a good trip. This is a trip that takes you to the Ten of Cups, that you end up getting your wishes, desires, and everything else. So it can be, it can be seen as something that's difficult, or it can be seen as something that's light and fun. It depends on how you look at it. And sometimes we do get caught up in the feelings of, well, I don't know where I'm going, and so I'm scared or anxious about that. And then it brings it into this present moment. And so we sit in anxiousness of where this traveling is actually going to go. But the more that you live in the moment, step by step, in other words, we're leaving one step, completely leaving it, leaving the past, completely leaving it, jumping onto a new step. Okay, this is a fresh new day, fresh new step, fresh new everything. See it as fresh new every time, every moment. The more you can do that, the more that you're bringing yourself into alignment of your soul's messages coming through for you to see that right path. And then we have the new vision, but it was in reverse. So something that you're attaining to, it's not here yet, but in August, it feels like it's coming up for you to address that your new vision can actually happen. Your new, where you really want to go, can actually be grounded, even if it's the most weirdest, craziest thing that you're just thinking, my God, is this going to actually work? Is the world ready for me to be this? Is the world ready for this business to be explored? Will I get the backing that I know I deserve? That sort of thing. But it's a new vision too, which is bringing me into an awareness of being that he's coming into these geometrical patterns in the sky and looking up to like the geometrical patterns coming from your inner core pineal gland and then expanding your horizons into communication beyond. That is another feeling that I'm getting. August to me feels like a very grounded response of the work that you've already done. It really has that feeling all the way through it. And I think it's going to have that kind of feeling through all of these piles, because it's like those that have done the work, the shadow work and everything, now it's time to really see that result coming in, the groundedness of that you've been putting out to the world. But we still have to make sure that our thoughts are going with our hearts. Everything's aligned. And this is like a breakthrough point in August to be able to ground so much more. But it's still, if you're not going to be in harmony with that, could pass you by as well. So, but it isn't opening at the moment. And probably because of the portal 888 that's coming up, we have that grounding. I'm going to do a reading on that next week with the 888 coming up. But yeah, that feeling is happening for the whole of August, where our strength is needed to really adjust ourselves into aligning with our inner core authenticness, to be grounded. And so we are walking that. So whoever we meet, we're not afraid to say, for the first time, it was so interesting. I walked into a restaurant and someone said, oh, yeah, something about my work. And I don't very often get asked about my work, but when this person asked about it, I said to them, I'm a channeler on YouTube. And I've never said to a stranger that before, because usually it's like, oh, I'm an intuitive counselor, or I'm a counselor, or, try to keep it, so that other people understand. And I said, no, I'm a channeler. But the funny thing was, it wasn't met. She didn't understand. And she's like, oh, YouTuber. She didn't hear the word channeler. And she's like, oh, so you're like, going against all those young ones. Good to see some older girls and as well. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't hear that I was a channeler at all. So it was really interesting. I mean, people will hear what they need to hear and what they want to hear, what they can hear, but it doesn't matter in the end. But I was standing in my power. This is who I am. And I think that's necessary. And maybe next time I would say, no, I'm actually a channeler. So we're learning to become who we actually are, no matter who comes in front of us. And that will actually sift out the ones that aren't needed with the ones that are needed for you to have that support of being that authentic self. Okay. So we will do a couple of these cards for pile 2. I just had a sip of tea. Pile 2, please. Do I take this? Yep. Okay. Okay, so we have 2 that just flew out. I hardly even shuffled. We have the animal totems, animal energy and power. And this is feeling to me like this is the grounded response of you aligning with your authentic self. These animals have a knowing of who they are. They know that they are still the soul, and they are living within a program, that their program rules them in this life. But there is a connection to much more that goes on than what humans think. They'll know with an animal. So a deer is always a deer. An eagle is always an eagle, a leopard is always a leopard. So who are you and this is what this elder used to say, if a kitten grows up to be a cat and a puppy grows up to be a dog, what does God's creations grow up to be? And it was so interesting that she said it that way. It's like, okay, she wasn't religious, she's Cherokee, but she said it as like gods. Like, yeah, we are learning to become the masters of our own authentic wisdom and knowing that we know more and than what we've been led to believe. And that wisdom and knowing within us, it is it is there because we do have an imagination. We do have feelings that we've been repressing. We do have knowings that come from nowhere. And we don't need to be dictated to by anybody else because we are the creator. We go beyond many of the programs, not all of them. Some of these programs and other animals, other avatars do go beyond as well, believe you me. Leopards do and eagles do. I know stags do actually. All of them do. They do know that there is something beyond their programmed avatar that they are living in this moment, but they're aligned with their better qualities of that program to keep them safe, to keep them nurtured, to ground them, and they're aligned with this awareness of communication between Mother Earth and themselves. Yeah, there's something else going on there. They're showing me the leopard that could speak to humans and knew of his grandness. And not every single leopard be like that, just like not every single human has this capability, but many of us that are watching something like this would. So yeah, there's something to do with coming into authenticity with the animal totem card that I'm feeling as well. There was another card that came out. Here we are. The power, truth, and connection card. It is the angels of the seven chakras. And I'm really feeling this with this. And actually look at the colors are fairly similar as well. We have like chakra colors running through this, chakra colors running through this. So there's an alignment here. I know when I was rigged up to a machine where they could actually measure my chakras, I remember saying, of course mine will be in line. And I just put that into my understanding. I am in alignment with my chakras, and it showed up. And he was so surprised because he'd never seen anything measure that much. It was like 95% and 100% and 92%. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Usually people are like 60s and 70% in alignment. So you have the ability in August to align yourself fully with your ground, to ground. I think a lot of us that work in these areas, which are the people that are probably watching, are learning through the heart and the feeling to ground these through passion, desire, creation, and then grounding it into this world. And when we do that, everything becomes an alignment of grounding things into this world so that we can, when we're grounded it into our world, our outside reality matches who we truly are on the inside. Okay, we're going to do an animal card for you guys. Animal card. Animal card. Okay, we have quite a few that's coming. I only wanted one, but we'll go with this. We have the peacock vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire, practice humility, to avoid jealousy. Oh, that's an interesting one. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself. Recognize your brilliance this month. Seems to be a lot of that. And we have the unicorn card come up again. but it was coming in with a snow leopard, which is so interesting because a snow leopard is also in this animal totem card. Okay, so let's read that. The snow leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. And that came through with the unicorn, infinite possibilities, right? Infinite possibilities over here, the new vision card. You are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon your darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. And then the very last card for the animals, they all fell out together. Sea turtle, protection. No, they didn't, but it doesn't matter anyway. You are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. And it's the turtle. And the turtle is very much connected or grounded in this reality with Mother Earth, with Mother Nature. So turtle knows, wants to be here because it has such a strong connection to Earth itself. And it's the reason why it is so slow is because it's already found its own way of protecting itself because it loves itself so much. It's learned to protect itself and it carries its own home within it. And it also flows in the water, which is that psychic higher connection to higher planes of existence, literally flying through the air. No, it's not so much resistance. The only resistance a turtle has is when it has to go on shore to lay its eggs. And that's because it wants its babies to have the struggle, because then knows that struggle that the soul had to take to move towards or find its way back to the water meant that it has the capability of becoming a 300-year-old turtle, a very old turtle. And it deserves to be here. It's like the struggle gives it that, yes, you are meant to be here. They also said the other babies are meant to fuel other animals and feed other animals. It was meant to be that way so that we give when we receive and we receive when we give, and there's nothing wrong with either or. Something to do with that as well. I don't know why that's all coming up for you for August. It's so interesting. Finding home within oneself, of knowing the importance of who you are. You are an authentic, beautiful being. Shine your light. That's the message I'm getting for you in August on those cards. So yeah. Pile 2, thank you so much. Good for you, Bobbie. I love stand strong for who you are. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. I will. It's a done deal now. I know who I am, and I'm not going to shy away from that. And it does. If somebody's not ready for me to be who I am, then they need, they need to move on to who they feel conducive with the reality that they're creating. But I know who I am now, so yeah. Okay. You're welcome, Javier. Okay, here we go. Pile 3. Let's clear off pile 2. Pile 3. Those that chose pile 3, please. For August, what is their messages for August? Thank you. Pile 3. What's the messages for August? Pile 3. What's the messages for August? Messages for August, please. Okay, we have 3 cards that have come out. We have the Queen of Cups. Something that you're attaining to. Okay. There is a lot of decisions coming in August for you as well to move forward. We have the Two of Pentacles, and she's literally juggling 2 pentacles. What am I going to ground? Do I want to do this ground? Do I want to ground this part of my business or another part? Or do I want to, it could be anything. It could be, do I want to put my investments into my home, or do I want to buy a new car? Or do I want to put this money into my business advertising, or do I want to just, go out and have some fun with that money or something? There's something to do with a decision to be made. And the power of the Chariot coming through, meaning that you've found you can decide on the go. Okay. So as you move through this decision, don't try to decide before, just allow yourself to be in the present moment. Stop the logical mind from fixating on the decision, because right up to the last minute could change your decision because you're aligning with yourself. And when you align with yourself, the decision that you make might completely change, because now you're seeing it with clarity rather than trying to make the decision based on what's happened in the past and you're projecting into the future with that logical brain. When the logical mind is shished, the decision can be made in the present moment of the energies felt, knowing that with clarity you are always making the right decision because you are happy. So when you move through your life from happiness to happiness, every decision that you make will be made from that happy core essence of yourself. When we are miserable and anxious and depressed, then the decisions that we make are from that energy point of view. So this is why it's important at the moment to come into balance before you race ahead. And the quicker you can do this, the faster you can go. So then all decisions are made purely from living in the moment. Every moment in yourself means that you can go faster through your life because you are so understanding that those decisions made are coming from the power of alignment with you being the creator rather than, and so decisions can be changed up when you're the creator and you're learning to do this. This card was in reverse when it first came out, but I straight away put it in upright when I wanted to show you. So this is where you're moving towards becoming the Queen of Cups, who is emotional satisfied. She knows who she is. She literally is holding, like the sun is levitating above the cup. It could be an orb or something, but I'm seeing it as the sun is like levitating. I have the sun in my hands kind of thing. And the sun card is something of absolute positivity and joy and newness and sparkles, So she has that within, she can catch it. And she also has one foot in the water, so learning how to navigate through life using her intuition. So pile 3 through August is learning to use your intuition as well. Okay, we'll get some Osho cards. Pile 3. Pile 3, please. Pile 3. Joking me. Is that the only 2 that need to come through, or is there more? Pile 3. Another. Okay, so we have the Master card, and it fell out on its side. And look, here's this ball of happiness again. Look at that. I love it how that happens, right? She's got this ball that she's trying to catch, this ball of happiness, this ball of light, this ball of I want my life to be optimistic. I want my life to be full of blessings and fun and joy and here the master is, of course it is. It's part of who I am. Like I am seeing this orb above him or portal above him as him. He's not just his body now. He is the portal. He is the orb. He is the happiness. He is that too. So that's what I'm feeling off this master card. But the crazy thing is, then the next card that came in was postponement. Every single pile has had this card of waiting game. Now, in every single pile, there's been a little slightly different message, but this message is pretty much the same. We are learning to align ourselves in the month of August with who we are authentically, so that the postponements aren't even in existence anymore. It's a understanding that you are the postponement and you are the movement, depending on how aligned you are with yourself. Everything will be postponed until you come into the strength of who you are. When you are that power, when you're that powerful, you are then grounding it on this earth. So you are moving through this earth as that power. And there's a lot of power in these cards that you are learning to attain. So the postponement is actually you aligning yourself with, it's giving you a chance to align to your authentic self, so that when you step into what you're wanting to gain, what you're wanting to bring into this world or ground onto this world, businesses and the family and the love or whatever it is that you're wishing to go, the traveling, whatever it is that you want to do, you move with your authentic self. This card to me is so powerful at the moment. It used to be like oh God, not postponement, but now it's not. Now it's a feeling of, oh my God, it's within me. That postponement has been created by me because I'm not in alignment somewhere. And I know that if I step out without this alignment being in, like my heart's aligned with my head space, my outer world's aligned with my inner world, if I step out with that being wonky, it's going to slap me in the face. You're going to end up like the change card came next. You're going to end up whirling around with the tornado outside of you and getting smacked around again. So you know that to step out, you almost need this postponement so that you can fully align. And August is the time that you're going to fully align. They're bringing me to my necklace. That's so interesting. So yeah, I'm weird that I wore that today. So here we are with this whirlwind of life happening around us. So much craziness going on out there. The only truth that you can really seek is within yourself, of knowing that you are both the spiritual world and the physical world. Yin Yang is at the center of this. This is also a anion experience. So it's so bizarre when they actually photographed an anion, a quantum entanglement. This sign came up just looking just like this. And it's an entanglement of understanding that you are the outer world and you are the inner world. It has the dot of the outer and the inner within each of us. We're coming back into full balance of alignment, of recognizing that we are the etherical world as well as and funny that that message come up with him as well as the physical world. There is no separation. It is the logical mind and the intuitive mind is one big brain, and we're bringing it into that understanding of the one big brain to hone into the central point of ourselves, and that central point as the pineal gland, where everything exists and nothing exists at the same time. And then it's up to you and your balance moving forward, that you choose the right path to go, right? From the power of who you are, that you are the light as well as the physical. And that means that if you are the light If you are in a etherical world, you can change things like that. If you're in a grounded world, the grounded world is like, now I'm living that thing that I decided on changing up there. Yeah, so it's really cool. August. Okay. Looks like we're doing all the same decks for each one. So we'll do a couple of these cards for pile 3. Thank you. Pile 3 in August. Pile 3's pile 3 in August. So this is more of a learning to ground your decisions on learning what's the right decision, how to make these decisions as well. Look, confusion. How to make these decisions. So there is like a, which way do I go? It's very similar to the, oh my gosh, how crazy is this? Another deck too. What does which way do I go? Which way do I go? Little Alice in Wonderland. And then the Cheshire Cat come up and said, what way do you want to, you want to go? I don't know. Well, if you don't know, nobody knows. You're the one that's creating your reality, right? And then we have beneath the surface, hidden truths and something unknown. So you might feel a little bit like, I don't know what I'm actually stepping into here, but I feel it's the right place. I feel I can do this. I can handle whatever's coming. We have, oh my gosh, a whole heap of cards come out together. So I suppose I'll have to, I can't believe there's 4 of them, but okay, we'll do through these quite quickly. We'll see what stories coming up with this. So we have justice, harmony, and solutions with Archangel Raguel. A justice, harmony, and solutions. See, with the many uncertainties, you're coming into a more balanced self through August and recognizing that you, through your harmony of yourself, are going to align with what you really truly want. There's mindfulness that's coming up as well. So obviously the mind has been playing games or tricks on you. Peaceful presence and quiet mind. When we come into that peaceful presence and quiet mind, we become the Chariot and the balance. A lot of balance within this. Balance within the change, and talking about the central yin yang there. Balance is really needed for you at the moment, understanding that there's more to you. We also, they're pointing out the scales within Archangel Raguel's as well, very Libra-like balance. Here we go. Yeah, this is a month to balance things. But Two of Pentacles as well, a very strong month to balance who you are. So how do you balance who you are? Balance the mind and the heart, understanding that both has a say whenever it's needed. Living more purely in the moment is going to give you that. Otherwise, we have emotional currents of emotions, and this is uncontrolled feelings. So this is what you are learning to balance in August. So the uncontrolled feelings, we are not denying them, but accepting them as part of the journey. The lightning happens with the emotional currents up in, it's like 2 frictions of 2 clouds coming together. Lightning strikes, brings down this, okay, a directness to earth. I know who I am now. And then they're showing me that negative ion that's growing everything, and everything starts to sprout. So allow, even though it's, you don't want to become this all the time, but when it happens, it could be to shift you massively, and understand that your thoughts are actually creating your reality. There's a whole game here in August where you can recognize what you're thinking is actually creating something. So if you start thinking negatively, all of a sudden things start happening to you where people cut you off on the road, or people at your work is annoying you, or somebody just, oh, what the heck's that went wrong? What the heck's? And then when you go, take a deep breath, feel into, okay, I'm not going to be feeling unless the emotional current is needed for you to know thyself in that moment, then let it go and become the growth, become the flourishment. Because then when you come into that balanced self of understanding, emotions can be used for your benefit, not just your detriment. It is telling you where you're going a little squiff, and then you can come back to central point again and become this vibrancy. It also says resonant choices, signature signals. So this is very much a new vision card from the tarot, and like aligning with more of who you are in the authentic self. It's going to bring you through a lot more communication. But we have to find balance of these two hemispheres first before we can enter that pineal gland. There's a lot about the pineal gland coming up for you in August. So this is very much a mind. Learning to control your mind is going to end up aligning you with your heart. And that's where the passions, desires come in. That's when the choices are made from. And that's when you can start moving forward quicker, because you know when you can, how to, after August, align yourself. August is teaching you how to align yourself so that you can gain retrospect of your inner and outer world and open up portals. There's a lot of portal opening ups here of newness coming in. Purples, lots of purples. Even this, something hidden is still to be found for you. Something hidden under here. And it's because you've been focusing just on the surface of everything. And when you realize I am more than the surface of myself, there's so much more to you. There's a lot more power with a lightning storm here. Okay, we'll finish up for you with a animal card. I was wondering whether to do a reading, pick a card reading or a full overall reading. And I did do the pick a card reading just to give that little bit of a difference, but I had a feeling that August was going to come together for a lot of us in the same way, and it seems to have done that. There's quite a few cards come out the same. That is because in August we do have the 888 portal opening up, and next week I'll do that reading. The animal card, please. Every time I go to put a pile that just clumps out together, I go to put it back in the pack. They're like, no, take the whole lot. Okay, so we've got heron. No way. Patience. So yeah, every single pile had patience and postponements. It's nuts. So, okay. And different packs too. So you guys see this, right? That are in the chat bar. It's nuts. Patience is needed. Patience is needed, but only to the point where you are learning to align yourself. It says, create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. So this is something that is, you've already gone through so much. You're coming into fruition for it. This feels like August is the month that this can be actually grounded. You can actually have this physically in your reality in August. We have dog friend that's come up, so a very loyal card. Be loyal to yourself and watch how many people start to become loyal to you. I am loyal to who I know I am in this moment. If I feel like doing something, then so be it. I'm loyal to myself first, then others will be loyal to you. And it also will show up those that aren't loyal to you. When you're loyal to yourself, they will stand out. And then you're like, okay, won't move through life with you guys anymore because, you know, there's distrust there. There's no loyalty there. So you'll see it. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. It's funny when I read I choose to be happy. I actually thought it was saying I choose to be a puppy. So playful energy here. Be you. Just be you. A real feeling of that part of just being you. And who are you? The eagle, mastery, right? Mastery, no way. Holy crap, guys. Mastery, the master card. You're learning to become a master of yourself in August. This is so cool. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and thought. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So you are becoming a master of yourself in August. That is really cool. And the last card that fell out with that clump was grizzly bear power. And I really am seeing these emotional currents, this emotional currents as the power that you're learning to navigate through. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. And he's also got that fish, that psychicness that he's caught, understanding that if he consumes the psychic side of himself, he could become a pivotal point of messages coming through. Yeah, so you're becoming the master of yourself, the power of who you are as this in this human form, and what a human is all about, the wholeness of us, not just a part of us that's victim to everybody else or somebody that feels victim enough to try to control everything. No, we're coming into our power. We're becoming the if you know masters from the past. I can't remember any of their names, but they're showing me all these masters. Gandhi, where they just went, that's it, I'm being who I am now, and however I act is however I act, and whoever stays with me is part of that story, and whoever doesn't agree with me can fall away because I know my strength and my power of who I am. And they started to see that themselves in him. And so they felt like when they were with him that they were part of that magnificent, even if they hadn't found it within themselves. And so great following could happen, becoming that master of yourself. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Many syncs here, Bobby. Yeah, isn't there, Geo? I love that. I love that. I love that there was all those synchronicities. And it just makes it more understandable because I was in two minds whether to do a pick a card or a full reading. And it totally makes sense now because there is this underlining current that's happening with the portal being opened up in, 888 in August. I mean, numbers are numbers, but you can think of them from a logical point of view, but there's a match up here. And what is an 8? It is like they're always showing me the temples, like the pyramids, where they have a pyramid temple, but they also have an etheric pyramid going this way. There's something to do with that, or a diamond. There's something to do with the 888 where it's grounding our etheric, our soul, grounding more love, grounding our soul, grounding our authentic self into this world. I think this is what August is all about, this year. And when we ground it, we are all walking masters in our own right on this planet. We are all that. So when we recognize everyone that's in our reality as a master as we are, we just bring out the best of ourselves for the moment that's needed, give our part to play, and trust that other people are doing the same. No more need to control them or anything like that, or feel victim to them. you gain advice from somebody, and then you become the master for them for something else, and we all learn to work together, like that figure of eight as well. Also showing me grounding your true essence of nature as the abundant reflection of yourself as well. Okay, guys, I think I will leave it there. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for joining me in the chat bar. I'm going to shift it up. If you didn't hear already, Tuesdays, I'll go back to doing free readings because there wasn't much time on a Wednesday, and because it was at 3 o'clock, some people are asleep on the other side of the world. So I'm still going to do my true stories. And if anyone hasn't seen the one that I just did yesterday, I've done a video nearly every day so far this week. I'm so proud of myself. On YouTube. So if you didn't see that one, go catch that one. And tomorrow is Friday. So tomorrow for Friday for me anyway, in Australia, I will be channeling Nova. So we will get some messages from my new connection, ET connection. Love you guys.